All right, Capricorns, and welcome. Let's jump right in and unpack your complete cosmic forecast for April 2026. We're pulling everything straight from the source material, so let's see what the stars have in store for you.
The source starts us off with this really powerful idea, and it sets such a thoughtful tone for the whole month, doesn't it? It's this great reminder that whatever energy we put out there, it comes back. So with that in mind, let's see what kind of energy April is bringing your way.
Okay, so before we dive deep, there's something really important we need to get straight. This whole breakdown is based on what's called the Gochar, the general transit of the planets. Think of it like a weather report, right? It affects everyone in a general way. This is totally different from your personal birth chart, which the astrologer calls a unique promise based on your past karma. So the transit, it shows the opportunities and the climate, but your personal chart, that's your unique blueprint for navigating it.
So here's our game plan for the month. We'll start with the planetary positions, then we'll get into health and education, love and married life, luck and career, and we'll wrap it all up with some remedies to help you make the most of the month.
All right, first up, let's set the stage. We've got to look at where all the major planets are hanging out, because honestly, this is the key to understanding everything else that's going on in your forecast for April.
Okay, so this is big. Your ruling planet, Saturn, is in your third house. And that house is all about communication, courage, and taking initiative. So right off the bat, this placement is setting the fundamental vibe for your entire month.
Next up, we have Rahu. It's sitting in your second house, which deals with family and speech. Now, file that away because we're going to see exactly how that particular placement plays out in your relationships a little later on.
And to complete the picture, we've got Jupiter and Ketu together in your 8th house. This is a big deal because that house often points to sudden events and really deep transformative stuff. So that's our cosmic setup. Now let's get into the good stuff. How does this all actually affect your day-to-day life?
All right, let's talk about how all these planetary movements are going to show up in your personal well-being. We're talking health and education.
Okay, first things first, the good news is your overall health looks pretty solid. The source is really clear on this. These are just little things to keep an eye on, not major issues. So with Rahu's influence, you might notice some skin-related stuff, maybe some allergies or sensitivity, so just, pay attention to that. And maybe ease up on the super heavy workouts to sidestep any minor aches and pains.
Now, for any Capricorn students listening, you're going to want to pay close attention. The first part of the month is kind of steady as she goes, but then the universe lines up a major boost for you. There's one specific date that pretty much changes the whole game.
Circle it, highlight it, do whatever you need to do. April 19th. This is a total game changer. See, Venus is the planet that rules your education, and on this day, it moves into its own house. When that happens, it gets supercharged. The astrologer is really firm on this. Any results coming your way after this date, the odds are overwhelmingly in your favor. This is also the absolute best time to make those big decisions about classes, schools, you name it.
Okay, so let's shift from books to affairs of the heart. How are all these cosmic changes going to play out in your love life and your marriage?
Starting to see a pattern here? Yep, that April 19th date is a huge deal for your love life too. So, if things have been a little rocky, maybe some misunderstandings, or you just stopped talking, this transit is what's predicted to clear all that up. The source says that after the 19th, the lines of communication open back up, and there's a really good chance things get back on track. And hey, they might even be the one to reach out first.
Now, for married Capricorns, the outlook is mostly sunny. We're talking about 70% positive vibes. But there's this 30% window for, let's call them fluctuations. And it's really important to get what's behind that. So what's stirring the pot?
Okay, so here's the breakdown of that 30%. First, remember we talked about Rahu in your second house of speech? Well, there's a culprit. It can make you blurt something out that you don't quite mean. And then there's this other fascinating layer. The planet that rules your marriage is the moon. And what does the moon do? It changes constantly, right? So that can make your partner seem a bit moody or hard to read sometimes. The secret here isn't to fix it, it's just to be aware of it.
All right, let's switch gears and talk about your professional life. Because wow, according to the source, April is looking like a seriously amazing month for your career and your luck in general.
And it's not just one thing. It's like this awesome chain reaction of good stuff. First, after April 11th, Mercury comes in and just clears out any roadblocks. Then, after the 14th, the sun gives you this massive surge of new energy and motivation. And finally, after the 19th, Venus steps in to boost your income opportunities. It's like the universe is lining everything up perfectly for you.
So what does this actually look like in the real world?
Well, the outlook is just fantastic. Got a job interview scheduled after April 14th? The source says your chances of nailing it are incredibly high. Seriously, this could be the month you get that promotion, or a major new opportunity just falls into your lap. You're going to feel that passion for what you do coming back in a big way.
And for all you Capricorn entrepreneurs out there, the source gives a very specific breakdown. If you're in anything related to travel, vlogging, or any kind of online work, you're in an excellent position. Same goes for property and fashion. Those areas are looking great. Now, if you're in computer-related fields or your business relies on daily cash flow, things are looking more, well, normal to moderate. Still good, just not quite as explosive.
And finally, to help you really grab all this amazing positive energy and just smooth over those minor bumps in the road, the astrologer offers up a few simple things you can do every day.
So there are 4 key remedies recommended. Chanting the mantras for Saturn, that's your ruler, and for Mercury, your planet of fortune, just helps you get in sync with their powerful vibes. Then, reciting the Hanuman Chalisa daily is all about boosting your inner strength. And finally, the simple practice of offering water to the rising sun is a beautiful way to keep your own energy positive all month long.
And this really brings us full circle, back to that idea from the very beginning. The astrologer constantly brings up this distinction between the general transit, the gochra, and your own personal karma, which is locked in your birth chart. Think about it. The transit, that's the wave. It provides the opportunity. But your karma, your actions, that's you on the surfboard. The ultimate outcome is always up to you. So the real question to leave you with is, with this cosmic forecast in hand, how are you going to ride the waves this April?